what exactly did the IMF say about the losses? Because the minority's position and Gold Board's position cannot both be accurate. Did the IMF blame Gold Board for the losses, or did it link the losses to the Bank of Ghana? Well, Joy News Research has been examining the numbers and reviewed the IMF's positions and traced the figures between Gold Board and the Bank of Ghana. Here's what we found, and that's what's on the screen as you see. So the domestic gold purchase program, how it works, you need to understand that first. So you see in my extreme left there, gold mining, small scale, that's where the gold actually comes from, and Gold Board serves as an intermediary and buys the gold and then sends to the Bank of Ghana. Bank of Ghana does the exporting of the gold. It goes to a refinery abroad, and the proceeds come back to the country as foreign reserves, and that's also adds up to our GDP. So that is the cycle you're seeing on the screen. Let's proceed to really understand the IMF on domestic gold purchase program. The sixth review, they have said something, and that's the quotation you're seeing on the screen. It says, and I quote, in 2025, the significant scaling up of the DGPP operations led to losses of over, note that figure, $1.7 billion. And they say that is about 1.5% of GDP, almost entirely related to the gold for reserve door purchases. This amounted to a loss of 17% of the value of the door gold sold by the BOG. This is the IMF's position. Now, let's look at the source of BOG losses under the DGPP as has been outlined by the IMF. Number one, they say high service and SF fees is one of the points where the BOG made the losses. High trading margins. They also talked about high off-taking costs. And the fourth point you see there is buying gold at Forex Bureau rates. So these are the four legs on which they are saying that losses occur. Now, the Gold Board financial and performance, and of course, the minority leader of Ghana's parliament, Afenyo Markin, has been speaking about those losses. And this is what he said, and the quotation is there on your screen. It says, Gold Board is responsible for causing financial loss to the states, and the minority will say these and say it firmly and boldly. And of course, this is what is really generating a lot of controversy. We'll delve into those controversies shortly, but you need to really understand the mandate of the Gold Board itself. One of the key mandates of the Gold Board is to oversee and regulate gold buying, selling, assaying, refining, and export. That is one of its key mandates. Let's continue to see another mandate that the Gold Board actually has, which includes to generate foreign exchange for the country. If you look at the first chart we showed you, there's a process that the Bank of Ghana goes through to be able to achieve that. Now, the third mandate of the Gold Board involves what will be coming up on your screen shortly. Beyond generating foreign exchange for the country, they are supposed to do a number of other things. So my producer will put that on. It says support reserve accumulation by the BOG. So these are some of the mandates of the Gold Board. Let's proceed to really understand the Ghana's gold production between 2024 versus 2025. Now, you see the 2024 figure there, and the gold that was actually purchased from the small scale miners is in the blue color you see. And in 2024, we did about 1.9 million. That's what you see. And the gold that they purchased from the large-scale mining under the PMMC then was about 2.9 million. Now, if you compare that to the figures we are seeing in 2025, you realize that the small-scale figure has jumped from 1.9 to about 3.1 million. And as well, overtaking almost even the large-scale mining sources, or where they source the gold from large-scale mining, which is doing about 2.8 million. So this is the trajectory from 2024 to 2025. Now, what are some of the key indicators in terms of the gold export Gold Board a year on since its establishment? You will recall that before 2024, under the PMMC arrangement, the country recorded about $10.3 billion. That was in 2024. Fast forward to 2025, the figure we are sourcing from the Bank of Ghana stands at 20.9 billion. So that's a sharp increase there. And of course, beyond that, you can also look at the exchange rate movement. If you look at the 2024 figure, we're doing about 19.2% by close of 2024. That was where the exchange rate movement stood. And in December 2025, you can see that in green, which appears to be positive, 40.1%. Now, from January to July this year, the exchange rate is hovering around negative 9.5%. So that should tell you how the gold program is actually affecting the exchange program. And of course, we can also look at the reserve status of the country. In 2024, we recorded about $9.1 billion. What is the figure for 2025? We are seeing 13.8 billion cedis in terms of the country's reserve. Now, the operations of the gold board has shifted. Previously, the Bank of Ghana was the one more or less financing the operations of the gold board. And the gold board is telling us that has moved, and they are now able to go into the market to look for their money to buy the gold and to carry on with the operations. So what that means is that, one, BOG no longer bears gold-related financial risk. Number two, it means that BOG only handles gold board FX operations. And number three, gold board and government cover all operational costs. So that is the story when it comes to, the operations of the gold board so far. So, who is really telling Ghanaians the truth? Is it the NPP minority? Is it gold board or the IMF? How does that become intimidation?
Okay, I am dealing with the excesses there too. You see, you can enforce the law with a human face without unnecessarily intimidating the person. For instance, a member of parliament should go through investigations normally. You shouldn't only call him when he's argued forcefully on the floor and you think that is going against the government.
Has that happened?
Severally.
Does a member of parliament makes an argument on the floor of the house and get picked up?
Carlos, I am telling you on good authority. I don't need to shout to make the point, but I'm telling you calmly and with good authority. I lead my side. My colleagues come to me. Some go to the whips. We are 5. Myself, the deputy leader, the hardworking chief whip, and his 2 deputies. They come to us all the time. Look, a couple of them, before we rose, there was even a statement. A colleague was supposed to just comment. Normally statements are non-controversial matters. And I wrote down the person's name. It got to his turn and said, "Leader, you have to speak." I said, "Leader, Mikasa is here. Don't say, be an I say, I should report tomorrow." It's not once, several. I've had cause to complain to some of the senior members of government that, colleagues, watch some of these things. You see, when I spoke about bail the last time, and it was misconstrued to mean that I am